Well, the impact of the back and forth U.S. Canada trade tariffs is having a toll on BC's industries. Now, among them are craft breweries, who say that Canada's retaliatory tariffs on aluminum are especially straining their bottom line. Now, for more on this, we are joined by Don Gordon, who is the president of Parallel 49. Don, thank you so much for joining us. Just to start, what are the key impacts so far of these counter tariffs? They've been in place for about a week now.
Well, essentially, virtually all ingredients of beer will be affected in some way or another. Hops, U.S. barley, cardboard, and most importantly, aluminum cans. We've been getting notifications from our suppliers letting us know that there are some products that are already on its way into Canada that have been applied with the tariff. And we can source some product from Canada, but unfortunately, there are some key ingredients, hops in particular, and most notably cans, that we cannot source in Canada. So we're looking at on cans alone, upwards of 30% increase in our cost of goods happening immediately.
Wow. I'm curious about the plans to mitigate this. So tell us about this proposal that you have given to the government.
Yeah, so there is plans in place. Unfortunately, tariffs are just one of the latest cost increases that have hit our industry in the last 5 to 7 years. The BC Craft Brewers Guild, who is the advocacy for the BC craft brewing community, has been working with the provincial government to address these issues. And it's essentially looking at modernizing the BC beer tax. And that schedule hasn't been addressed in over 7 years. And since 7 years, the craft brewing industry has significantly changed. Initially, when the tax was put in place, it was to represent the number of craft breweries that were blowing up in BC, that were bricks and mortar breweries popping up in neighborhoods, and the craft brewing industry was thriving. The tax was based on a sliding scale. The smaller you were, the lower tax you paid, and as you grew, you pay a little bit more each time until you got to a maximum rate. Unfortunately, since 2017, out of the 160 to 170 breweries that have popped up in BC, none of them have actually hit the volumes to even hit the lowest number of taxes. And there's 3 breweries that exceed the top rate. And those breweries are large, foreign-owned, domestically produced breweries whose head offices are outside of Canada. So it's time to modernize the tax system in BC as it relates to craft beer and beer in general. And that alone will actually not only solve the tariff issue, which is, again, another cost increase that's been put upon the craft brewing industry, but all the other cost increases that a lot of British Columbian businesses are facing, but in particular, the craft brewing industry. So we're hoping that the government, they have the proposal, and we hope that they look at this as a 911 and take care of this as soon as possible, so we can get through this and all the other increases that we've been thrown upon.
Well, Don, thank you so much for joining us and painting a bit of a picture there. That, again, is Don Gordon, the president of Parallel 49 Brewing.